Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. I'm Don Tapscott. I'm the Chancellor of Trent University, and I'm a graduate of this great institution. And this is a special day for everyone here, and I'm delighted to share it with you. I've traveled around the world to many universities, and I can tell you that there's no more spectacular venue to convocate than on this wonderful Ron Tom Theatre, and a river does run through it. Heartfelt congratulations to all of you graduates on reaching this important milestone. I now declare Convocation open.
Good afternoon. My name is Leo Groark. I have the privilege of being the 8th president of Trent University, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you to the Convocation ceremony today. Welcome to Convocation Week at Trent. I can't help but note that it coincides with election week in Ontario. Now, I'm not supposed to say anything political up here, so I won't. But what I will do is I'll give you a little guarantee from Trent. It's been sort of a very grumpy election campaign, I think I can say that. But however it turns out on Thursday, no matter how you feel, this week Trent will give you something to celebrate. That's the graduates. Sorry, there was a pause there. It sounded like you were waiting for a political announcement of sorts. In keeping with Trent tradition, I want to begin by respectfully acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of the Mississauga Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to our First Peoples for their care for and teachings about our earth and our relations. May we always honor those teachings. I'm pleased to welcome graduates, their parents and families, spouses, partners, and friends to today's ceremony. I know that some of you come from close by, others from across Canada and around the world. If you are here today, you are part of the Trent family. I did want to extend a special welcome to some special guests that are here with us today. Darryl Bennett, His Worship, the Mayor of Peterborough, Mark Graham, the CEO of the Peterborough Office of the Canadian Mental Health Association, Patrick Dunn, the Manager of Business Development for Bell Canada, and Peggy Shaughnessy, who's a Trent PhD student, a mental support community leader, and owner of the Whistle Stop, and I would say that's a spot that's very important to the mental health of our students at Trent. I would like to preface our proceedings this morning by saying something about the Convocation ceremony. Of course, in one sense, it's a very formal ceremony. This marks the end of one component of the education of our students. It means they've successfully completed their degrees, and that's something we take very seriously. At the same time, I do want to remind you that Convocation is intended to be a celebration. It's a party. It's a party we are hosting to celebrate the success of our students. If you're a parent, you may want to treat it as a party to celebrate the fact that they have finally completed their degree. With the celebration aspect of Convocation in mind, I want to open this convocation by giving you permission to be loud, to shout, to embarrass your children if you want to. Remember, we're here to have a celebration, and I have to do something now which, in a way, I got in a lot of trouble for doing this at a previous convocation, but I was asked to do this by somebody who's being honored today. So I think I cannot not do this. So Torben Drews, this is for you. I'm going to hear about that later. As you celebrate, we want you to be comfortable, and I have a note here that there are shade hats available. I think I'll just pass over that. To our visitors, I will say that I hope you will enjoy Trent's deep sense of community. We pride ourselves in it. I also hope that our graduates will show you some of our beautiful campus here in Peterborough. I hope you'll walk across the ferry and bridge and visit some of the places our graduates have lived and studied. If you're adventurous, I invite you to explore our wildlife trails on the east side of the river. If you are very adventurous, I invite you to sign out a canoe from the athletic center. And as president, I'm supposed to tell you, after you sign a liability waiver. As a university, I believe we have more canoes per student than any university in the world. I want to end my own remarks by saying to our graduates that you are joining a prestigious alumni, which includes Nobel Prize winners, Academy Award winners, Rhodes Scholars, all sorts of famous authors, scientists, artists, religious and political leaders, and perhaps even more importantly, a cadre of teachers, researchers, medical practitioners, mothers, fathers, and good citizens. I believe that Trent has prepared you well for the exciting and challenging adventures ahead. This is your moment. This is your day. Enjoy it as a time to imagine your future and create a consequence and a purpose that is uniquely your own. Please, a round of applause for our graduates. Sorry, it's contagious. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you an individual whose remarkable contributions to Canadian society will be recognized with an Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Known as a strategic communications industry executive and a builder of high-performance teams, George Cope leads Canada's largest communications company as President and CEO of BCE Inc. and Bell Canada. Before being appointed President and CEO of BCE Inc. and Bell Canada in July 2008, Mr. Cope has held chief executive roles in various public companies over the past 30 years. He was recently inducted into the 2018 Canadian Business Hall of Fame and was recognized as Canada's Outstanding CEO of the Year for 2015. In addition to being respected for his long-standing success in the business world, he has become well known for spearheading the launch of Bell's Let's Talk initiative, the largest ever corporate commitment to Canadian mental health. In recognition for his efforts regarding Bell's Let's Talk, Mr. Cope received the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal and was appointed a member of the Order of Canada in 2014. I now call upon our Chancellor to confer an Honorary Doctor of Laws degree on Mr. Cope. Take a bow. Congratulations, Dr. Cope. It's now my pleasure to invite you to address Convocation.
Congratulations very much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the graduating class, faculty, friends, and most importantly, obviously the graduating class. Hello, everyone. Thank you for the privilege of addressing you on such an important day for this group and for your family. By the way, you're typically told to turn off your smartphone. If it's a Bell phone, you can keep it on. and if you don't have a bell phone, you need to leave now. So other than that, I will now keep going. You know, we really have a diverse group of graduates today, from business and economics, computing information systems, math, human resources, marketing, and warm to my heart, entrepreneurship. All disciplines, in fact, that touch the company that I operate every day in our work life. Now, it's been a few years since I graduated, like all of you. In fact, it was 1984. Just to put it in perspective, LeBron James was born that year, Prince Harry, Mark Zuckerberg, Katy Perry, but maybe most important in this audience was the Apple Macintosh computer. And all of those folks have gone on to achieve incredible success. But one thing that's changed all of our lives, and most importantly for me, in 1984 was actually the mobile phone. So after I graduated, I chose to actually work in the banking industry, which was a great experience and a great education for someone to understand that a bank is actually the last place you go to get a loan to start a business. And you see, I wanted to start a company. As I understand, some of the graduating class today will have aspirations today to do, or in the future for sure. So fast forward to 1985, when wireless in Canada was officially launched. Wireless phones were £5. Trust me, the coverage here in Peterborough would have been pretty suspect. And the product was thousands of dollars. So I left this job in banking, and I left for this new world of wireless. I became president of a wireless startup company and assembled a small team, but we dreamed really big, and I was in my mid-20s. We believed in the potential of wireless, and you know, a real message for everyone graduating today, trust me, folks over 30 didn't believe in the potential of wireless. And so if someone puts in front of you an opportunity for something new, take the risk, because I've never had to look back because of it. We named our company ClearNet. We moved into a real fancy office. We actually started this company in a construction trailer in Pickering. It was very cold, and there was about 8 of us. We acquired 25 small wireless companies because no one understood the industry back then, and acquired what is known as wireless spectrum today, the real estate of the industry. We started the company in that garage, and we sold it to TELUS for $6.7 billion in 2000, the largest acquisition ever in Canadian telecom. And that company now, or some of you probably do carry the product, and I still have a soft spot for it, is TELUS Mobility, which is still using that animal future-friendly branding that we designed 25 years ago. And the real important message for the folks today is that teamwork, with a team, you can do literally anything and create big results. Here, obviously, at the university, you've worked with diverse teams, and I can tell you, if you look around with the folks with you today, they will matter for you the rest of your life. Whether or not it's classmates, your professors, your friends, and your family, you will find you will work with all of them somewhere, or many of them, throughout your career. I still work very closely with many of the folks I went to business school with. In fact, I even have someone who's an executive of mine with Bell, my partner, who I went to high school with just down the road in Port Perry High School. I work with a lot of business grads, but the important message I want to everyone here today is to realize that engineers, scientists, HR, mathematicians, artists, healthcare workers, lawyers, computer geniuses, all those parts build up corporate Canada. And to be successful in the business world, you actually need all these skills that are different, not skills that are all the same. 10 years ago, we began the transformation of Bell, again with a new leadership team, lots of new ideas. We wanted to reinvigorate this company. And it's an important company to Canada. 1 out of 390 Canadians today work for our company. So the success of that company was critical. We thought it had lost its way. It may have been the largest communications company, but had a lot to do to begin to be friendly back with the customer. And we've made great progress over the last 10 years. We needed a growth strategy, but we needed some entrepreneurs. We invested billions in fiber networks. We're actually putting fiber right here in Peterborough. And we made many acquisitions such as CTV and a number of other organizations, including Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment and ownership of the Montreal Canadiens. And when you own the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, you think you are perfectly hedged as an owner, and then along come the Winnipeg Jets. Another example of great teamwork coming together was the transformation with the launch of Bell Let's Talk. We launched that initiative 8 years ago. Mental health was an issue that lived in the shadows. There is a lingering stigma around mental illness, unlike any other concern today or any other illness. Since the launch of Bell Let's Talk, we've seen real measurable change and awareness and action in mental health, and right here at this university. It's been a real team effort to make it happen, not just within Bell, but with close partners of every sector of the community: healthcare, corporations, competition, the competitors of ours, the government, communities, and individual Canadians, most importantly. Everyone on that extended team was required for us to achieve the progress that we have made. So, to my fellow graduates, you will live your life as part of a team. And a few words of advice, if I may, on how within those teams you may want to be effective. One for sure is show up every day if you are leading others. It will be a real challenge, trust me, but you owe it to yourselves and you owe it to the teams that are going to rely on you. You really need to trust yourself. No one is going to tell a kid from Port Perry that he can start clarinet, become CEO of Bell Canada, and create a national charitable program that affects the country. So trust your education, trust in yourself, and believe in yourself if you want others to believe in you. Solve your problems using the skills you've gained here at the university. If you're going to walk into a meeting anywhere with a problem, no matter what you end up doing, also walk in with some solutions. Don't just show up with the problem. Nothing is more valuable if you're on a team than to help solve those problems. The parents will all know what I mean here. Maintain your integrity at any cost. You are going to have to like that person who you're looking at in the mirror over your years in your career. And there will be some tough calls that you will have to make. Just remember to respect yourself if you want others to respect you. And remember to respect your rivals. You know, competition's a fantastic thing. Tough competition's fair and great, provided you always play by the rules. We actually partnered with our competitor Rogers to keep Maple Leaf sports and entertainment in Canadian ownership hands. You know, and people always wondered how did and why did we make that all happen, but it really is working respectively with a competitor. Most of our competitors have all supported Bell Let's Talk. So it's a true honor to be alongside all of you today and share today. You've benefited from an incredible education, and as I've come to know today, such a beautiful campus. And of course, a team that you're sitting with will be so critical to you going forward. And so to conclude, I just want you in on one little private secret. When I played basketball, and I did here in Peterborough, I did in high school, and I played later in university, I dreamed of becoming Dr. J. That was someone who was known as Julius Erving, the Philadelphia 76ers. He would be today's LeBron James. Well, I didn't get Dr. J, but I'm happy today to take on Dr. G. And to all of you, get out in the world and transform it. Doctor's orders. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words, Dr. Cope. Mr. Chancellor, I'm now going to call on Professor Asaf Zohar, the Director of the Business Administration Program, to present candidates for admission to all degrees and to recognize students who have achieved remarkable success in their studies. Professor Zohar will read the candidates' names. They will come across the stage and be congratulated by the Chancellor, then myself, and then our Registrar, Tracy Al-Idrissi. And graduates, please remember that the Registrar keeps the records of the university, so it's very important to say hello to her.
Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Julius Agamemnon. Mazen Al-Talib. Rashid Sultan Al-Hajri. Kennedy Chukwu Walter Ani. Courtney Bailey. Omar Bakit. Vivek Bami. Logan Randolph Barnes. Christopher Beetham. Kyle Jason Daniel Belbeck. Hadi Hussein Baunar. Julia Bradley. Robert Broughton. Allison Cannell. Austin Capel. Erica Carbonneau. Kyle Caswell. Xiaona Shen Feng. Catherine Cheadle. Kathleen Christie. Zachary Robert James Code. Marcus Costanzo. Kristen Corneal. Taylor May Crarer. Sarah Daigle. Kevin Michael Dalton. Madison Daniels. Rachel Davis. Ryan Robert Brent Davis.
So it's Sitara.
Sitara Nordin Danani. Caitlin Susan Duffy. Garrett Eddy.
A mystery.
Farah Al-Misri.
Savannah.
Rana Fahad Ali. Omaremi Falaimu. Cheyenne Foster. Harlan Emil Goldborn. Jahanara Muhammad Pragna Haji. Abid Hassan. Ariona Haslam. Hassan Awari. Clayton Edward Heron. Logan William Niels Hill.
Yishan.
Yishan Wu. Ayomide Opemipo Idowu Bello. Christina Jibb. Danielle Jolly. Jacqueline Kelly.
It's Keenan.
Landry Kimu. Christina Kisluk. Sebastian Bugslaw Corcus. Zachary Elias Alexander Kramer. Chuk Ying Lau. Eric Paul Leger. Nanji Lee. Ariel David Linton. Andrew David LaBrosse. Cassandra Bernadine Levick. Connor Christopher Long. Brooke Mayhass. Jason Michael Malakos. Daniel Fletcher Manson. Eliana Moss. Juliet Mazarodze. Logan Fraser McComb. Jason McCullough. Ethan Harold McDougall. Jessica Sally McDougall. Danielle McGillen. Matthew Andrew Mitchell. Muftau Mohammed. Spencer James Moran. Hassan Nisar. Serena Page O'Hara. Obina Okafor. Natasha Osborne. Campbell Jeffrey Payton. Alexandria Patricia Peoples.
It's going to your medal winners.
The next student receiving the Simons Medal. The medal is named in honor of Professor Tom Simons, founding president of Trent University, and is awarded to the students who achieve high overall academic standing on graduation at the honors level. Mr. Chancellor, I call upon you to present the Simons Medal to Connell Ronald William Pike. Michael Prophet. Alicia Dion Ritchie. Holly Margaret Robertson. Ina Lynn Rosa Maggie. Thomas Salt. Travis Richard Saul.
Shepherd's and Pulaski.
Jesse Daniel Sheppers. Christopher Alexander Segovia. Richard Smith. Daniel Stewart. Tristan Alexander Stewart.
Stranagan.
Andrew William Stranagan. Tim Swift. Stephanie Tanner. Matthew Thompson. Elan Thompson. Jordan Tobias. Jake Arthur Turner.
So Marushka Tile.
Marushka Tayo.
Odian Agule.
Odian Victor Alawunmi Ogule.
Very good.
Benjamin Nicholas Valeri. Eric Van Derwen. Patrick Peter Villeneuve. Kaylee Aaron Wales. Mackenzie Wallace. Andreas Weedmark. Michael David Willick. Ramez Yunan. Franco Long Tin Yu.
It's the last business one.
Xianbing Zhao. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration degrees. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the Honors Program candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Ashkat Burdalin. Abisade Adetola Bolarin. Robert Brunch. Jennifer Christina Burgraff. Maltzi Ciela Sadler. Olivia Edith Huber. Samantha Eileen Stasha Lee. Jesse McClellan. Alfred Oguleye. Tian U Yang Ten. Aiden John Burbridge Potts.
Megan.
Megan Jane Alta Rushlow. Dilksana Sundradlingam. Olivia Ann Tim. Tyler Daniel Robert Udall. Patrick Narhari Udawant. Oshone Yugiono.
What's the last of your arts?
Stacy Amanda Ushner.
Last of your arts.
Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Bachelor of Arts degrees in the Honors Program.
For science is the medal winner.
The first one. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Honors Program candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that you may receive the degree at your hands. This next student is receiving the Governor General's Academic Silver Medal to reward scholastic merit. The medal was established in 1873 and is awarded to the student who achieves the highest academic standing on graduation at the undergraduate level. Mr. Chancellor, I call upon you to present the Governor General's Silver Medal to Vladislav Abramov. Abigail Adair. Gunther Eidendorf.
He just wants you to say these two.
Fahad Alduksi. Sean Andrew Baxter. Eriful Hukwe Biuyan. Joseph Bogard. Stephen Boone. Juan Broderick. Ying Chen. Theodore Cook. Lucas Mark Dunkley. Zheng Wang. Stephanie Lise Simone Johnson. Caitlin Elizabeth Kennelly. Emily Rose Corfanti. Matthew John Martin Cornelson. Brandon Paul Lucy. Liam Lumley Ponton.
Space between here, so Syed, Yashar, Morabi, and then
Sayed Yasar Morabi Biharavi.
we did it.
Curtis Mackenzie Murray. Mohammed Nul. Anthony Igwe. Brandon Schapp. Michael Smiley. Gregory Patrick Stevenson. Jason Anthony Veloso. Jiatao Wen. Jingze Zhang.
That's the last of the sciences.
Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Bachelor of Science degrees in the Honors Program. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the General Program candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Michaeli Sasha K. Palmer.
Go ahead.
Chance Squires.
It's the last of the others. This one.
Yu Quinn Jue.
Last of the others, yeah.
Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts degrees in the General Program. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the General Program candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor that they may receive the degree at your hands. Megan Veronica Norton. Zach Pollard. Francis Quinby.
That's the end of the sciences.
Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Bachelor of Science degrees in the General Program. Mr. Chancellor, I'm pleased to present for the certificates in Human Resource Management and Marketing and Entrepreneurship the candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has declared worthy of the honor that the candidate may receive the certificate at your hands. Cassidy Cecilia Lorraine Hopkins. Maureen Langabeer. Kimia Pedram.
That's it.
Please join me in congratulating the recipients of the certificates in Human Resource Management and Marketing and Entrepreneurship. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer degrees and certificates in absentia on candidates whose names are before you and who are unable to be with us today. The President will now recognize individuals receiving special awards and honors.
The Eminent Service Award recognizes individuals who have made outstanding contributions to the life of the university, above and beyond excellence in carrying out their employment or volunteer responsibilities. It is presented on behalf of the Board of Governors, acting on the recommendation of the Senate. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Brian Davies was a member of the Trent Board of Governors for 8 years. During that time, he served as chair of the Audit Committee, led the Presidential Review and Search Committees, was vice chair and chair of the Executive Committee, then chair of the board. During this time, and since his formal departure from the board, Brian has given an extraordinary amount of his time, talent, and skills to benefit the university. Brian has provided valuable advice and made important connections on pension and government relation matters in particular. During his tenure as chair, Brian was a generous contributor to the Student Center Capital Project, as well as a variety of fundraising campaigns. In recognition of his years of service to Trent University, Brian was presented with the Ontario Volunteer Service Award in 2017 for his hard work and dedication to the university community. Brian was awarded honorary alumni status in 2016 in appreciation of his contributions to the success of the Alumni Association. Brian continues to remain interested and active in the work of the university, for which we are very grateful. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the Eminent Service Award, Mr. Brian Davies. Mr. Chancellor, Emeritus is an honorary title given to professors upon their retirement from the university. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer the degree of Professor Emeritus upon Professor Torben Drews of the Economics Department. Mr. Chancellor, Professor David Newhouse will now introduce the honor song.
Before all words can be spoken, we bring greetings to all of creation. We give thanks for the rising of the sun and the light and warmth that it brings to this day. We give thanks for another day of life. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, graduates. In the custom of the first peoples of this land, we offer the sound of the drum and our voices to honor our mother, the earth. We send our profound and deepest thanks to all of creation. We greet the world with humility and embrace the richness, diversity, and wonder of life. In the Anishinaabe teachings, the sound of the drum represents the original sound of creation. The heartbeat of creation reverberates still and infuses our very being. We sound the drum to connect us with all of creation, to honor and to celebrate life, and to remember to live with humility among all living beings. We offer these words of praise to those who are graduating this day. We offer these words of thanksgiving to those who have made these accomplishments possible. We offer these words of respect to those who come before us and who have brought dignity to our lives. We offer these words to remind us of the 7 grandfather teachings, to live with respect, kindness, honesty, sharing, courage, and strength. We offer these words to honor the achievements and wise counsel of George Cope. we offer these words to honor the contributions of Brian Davies. And we offer these words to accompany you on your travels. May you travel well, and may your lives be filled with grace and dignity. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, graduates, I have the pleasure of presenting Unity. And ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to stand, if you are able, for the honor song. Thank you, Unity. You may be seated. Mr. Chancellor, I would like to invite Jessica Rogers of the Trent University Alumni Association to welcome the graduating class.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, and most importantly, today's graduates, good afternoon. Graduates, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Famous words of Dr. Seuss. The Trent University Alumni Association is delighted to have you officially join our community today. We are part of your long life connection to Trent, so we'd love for you to stay in touch. Today is your big day, and celebrations are in order. But check your email once it's all over to update your contact information and remain informed. We want to keep you in the loop about awards, benefits, and services we'd love for you to be a part of. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step." Let me tell you, that first step is not going to be easy, but will definitely be worth it. I encourage you today to stay positive, work hard, have fun, and make it happen. It's now the time to show the world what Trent grads are made of and apply all the lessons that you've learned here in your journey. Today, the entire alumni family celebrates you. Nunc cognosco ex parte. Now I know in part, Trent's motto. Trent is not only a part of your past, but is now also a part of your future. On behalf of the Trent University Alumni Association, it is my honor and my privilege to say welcome and congratulations. You did it.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. As we near the conclusion of the ceremony, I just wanted to mention a few practical details. But first, I would note that our graduates, and this is for the graduates, that you're here today partly because of all the hard work that you have done in your courses and at the university, but also because you've had a support network behind you. They provided emotional support, maybe they provided financial support, and they're sitting in the audience, and I think it would be appropriate for you to give them a standing ovation to thank them for all they have done for you. Feel the love. Thank you. Please be seated. Congratulations to our new alumni, including Dr. Cope. And Dr. Cope, we expect to see you back at the campus often. Please join us, everyone, for a reception in the alumni atrium of the Student Center. That's the building just behind the Battle Library. I think the preferred way to get there is on the walk by the water. It's warm there. When the procession leaves the stage, I would ask you to let the procession be finished and then to proceed to the Student Center. I now want to ask the Chancellor to make some remarks and to close Convocation. Mr. Chancellor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, thanks to all of you for being here today. Right after this session, we've set up a skating rink on the parking lot out here, so they'll be making snowmen and other fun activities, so we hope you enjoy that. And Jessica, thanks for clarifying the meaning of nunc cognosco ex parte. I always thought it meant, now I know everything. Seriously, closing remarks like this are designed to inspire the graduating class and give some helpful ideas for the future. So let me dispense with that task quickly. Graduates, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Good things come to those who wait, and what doesn't kill you can only make you stronger. Buy a good suit, and more important, a good shirt and good shoes. Hello, it's all about the accessories, you know that. Brush your teeth, floss. I can't overestimate the importance of flossing. Increase the proportion of vegetables in your diet. And finally, I want you to write this down. Please never show up at a job interview with your parents in tow. So that about sums it up. Are there any questions? Are we done here? Seriously, I'm not going to pass along any career advice because you will all have successful careers. That's what the research shows. You're all going to get jobs, and they're going to be related to your expertise. And it's not just related to your skills, but the thing about Trent is that it's not just what you learned, it's your capability. Your ability to think critically, to solve problems, to put things in context, to collaborate, research, and most important, your passion for learning lifelong, as you will need to reinvent your knowledge base multiple times as you go throughout life. So as you leave these hallowed halls, by all means, as Spock would have said, live long and prosper. Build a prosperous life for yourself and your families. But let me conclude that we need more than that of you. Humanity does. You see, the world you're entering is full of opportunity, and there are also many, many challenges. And your generation is being called upon to ensure that the smaller world that your children inherit is a better one, is prosperous, just, sustainable. And you all know from being in business that huge changes are coming in radical new business models, big changes in technology and the economy and society. And each of you will need to step up and participate in what probably will be one of the greatest transformations ever. Now, I'm not suggesting that each of you go work for an NGO or become the candidate for leader of the world or something like that, but rather each of you will have a role to play in these changes. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a consultant, a business executive, an educator, a researcher, public sector manager, politician, social innovator, or parent, my hope is that you will teach your children well and that you will each live a principled life of consequence. And please consider our honorary degree recipient today, Dr. George Cope, Dr. G. Yes, he's the CEO of an important company, but his life has already been very consequential in other ways, namely that he's changed our thinking about mental illness through Let's Talk. And we all are beginning to understand that this is not a failing of human character, but it's a failing of brain biochemistry. And getting rid of this stigma is an historic contribution to Canada and to the world. Now, of course, this week you all have an additional opportunity of historic proportions to exercise your precious right to vote. And I've just come back from some parts of the world where I've met with many young people who would die to have that precious right. And your generation is now the largest voting group, and if you will it, you will choose the new Ontario government. So changing the world is your opportunity, and it starts with a vote. Thursday. One more thought. When I graduated from Trent, I lost contact with the university for a couple of decades. And over time, I began to think, gee, maybe I'll get involved. Not out of a sense of obligation, but just because this wonderful little university on the autonomy is something worth protecting and advancing for future generations. And so I hope that you won't make the same mistake that I did and that you will get involved. I'll tell you that re-engaging with Trent has brought me a great sense of satisfaction as well. So again, congratulations to all of you. Good luck, dream big, be bold, innovate, be consequential, and change the world. Convocation is now dismissed.